add on, as our grammarian mentioned, the word of the day is everywhere, and to encourage the usage of word of the day today, reflective, each time, I invite all of you, each time you hear somebody use the word reflective, I would like to invite you all to put up thumbs up, right? So that to encourage everyone to keep on using the word throughout the meeting, okay? You want to continue to putting thumbs up throughout the day is fine, but you'll need to explain yourself to people, okay? Okay, and last but definitely not least, can I invite our general evaluator to introduce herself?
So the purpose of the general evaluator is to be reflective of everything that takes place during the club meeting. Where's my thumbs up? So in addition, the general evaluator conducts the evaluation portion of the meeting and is responsible for the evaluation team. I'm also assisted by the art hunter, the grammarian, and the trainer. Thank you.
Thank you, General. Okay, now before we go on, just to let you know, for those who are new, the program today will be in 3 separate sessions. The first one will be a very lively session, which is table topics, where you get to try and think on your feet and speak. The second one is a different change of pace, where we will hear project speeches from those who have prepared their speeches beforehand. And the third one, we will get an evaluation session so that feedback that we obtain, we can get better and better. So that's the whole reason of us meeting up every time, right? Okay, so before I continue, I would like to invite a couple of our external guests to introduce themselves to the meeting. Jerry, may we start with you?
Oh.
To introduce yourself
okay.
to everyone.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
My name is Jerry. I'm from IJM Toastmasters Club, and it's my pleasure to be your evaluator for Sokwa today. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jerry. And also we have with us a special pleasure, Madiha is also here today. Madiha, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. My name is Maria Misaterian, just call me Madiha. I'm from City Fund.
Welcome. Right, so I hope you're all ready for a great Toastmasters meeting today.
Yes.
Yes? Are you ready for the meeting?
Yes.
Excellent. In that case, I'd like you to put your hands together and help me welcome our very experienced table topics master. I can't wait to see what she has in store for us. Please welcome Chloe.
Welcome to the most interesting section. Table topic is impromptu public speaking skill, and which allow members to thinking on their feet, which allow 1 to 2 minutes to speak on the stage. Timer, can I have the demonstrate of the light? The green light is 1 minute. The amber light is technical failure, so it will show the yellow card. And 2 minutes is the red light. And you still have 30 seconds to conclude your speech. Then we'll ring the bell. So now we be bright, to be thoughtful, to willing to learn and teach others. Even a little things will reflect on yourself and can be brighter future. Everyone is unique and we are different. We are also very beautiful. Even a small thing also can be different. Don't be afraid to show yourself. Don't be afraid. Be happy with who you are. So now, be bold and challenge. You have the courage to stand here to pick a question. I have 5 questions here. All are 2 words. Try to relate the words and create the story. So may I have the first volunteer, please? Be bold and accept the challenge. Come. First volunteer. G. Torchlight, the baby, the heart shape, the man on the top, and the light bulb. Which will you choose?
The man at the top.
The man on the top. Success, positive, Madura. Madura, success, positive. Thank you.
Have you ever wanted to be successful?
Yes.
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 Looks like Kira doesn't want to be
Yes,
successful.
yes. Really, sure.
You said yes. Every one of us want to be successful. Why? Because it's a positive thing to do in our life. Who wants to remain at the bottom forever? No one. Each and every one of us is trying hard every day to do something to be successful in our lives. Be it in your career, in your personal life, or just at home. Maybe you're trying to be a successful father by taking your kids to the playground or teaching them something useful. Maybe you're trying to be a successful mother, teaching your daughter how to cook, teaching your son how to cook too. Maybe I'm trying to be a successful daughter by looking after my mother and providing a very safe space for her. All of us are trying to be successful, but it doesn't have to be related only with work. We can be successful in every area of our lives. Work is just one phase. So if you're not striving in your career, don't worry about it. Maybe you're successful somewhere else or some other part in your life. Look for that and let that be your positive motivation to push you to great heights. Thank you.
Can I have the second volunteer? Positive thinking. It's very easy. Come. Yeah.
Yay!
The heart shape, the baby, the torchlight light bulb. Torchlight. Light bulb. Torchlight. Inspire, motivate, Dixon Choi. Dixon Choi, inspire, motivate.
Inspired. Ladies and gentlemen, inspired. Ladies and gentlemen, in life, we talk about motivation. How to motivate ourselves? The most important is achievement. As I remember when I just joined the Toastmaster back to at least 10 years ago, I'm a kind of person that can't speak well in English. I spoke Cambridge. I speak Cambridge. As I know, I've been criticized by my boss from year to year until I stepped in with my mentor, and he himself really guided me along throughout these many years until I achieved until now as a F1 communicator, communicator bronze. This is one of the greatest achievement I would say in my life. Not only just apply at your workplace, at outside, when you're dealing with people, you can speak with confidence. And this story I've been telling to a lot of people who can't speak well in English, can't communicate well with people in English, and also cannot talk well in English. When you join the Toastmaster, it will change you, be a better person, and a successful person as a leader like me. Thank you very much.
Speech inspire you guys? Come,
Yeah.
third volunteer. 5 second
Third volunteer.
rules. 5 second rules. Come. or light bulb? The heart shape. Light, love.
Oh.
Madiha, light, love.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone wants to be loved, right?
Yes.
Same like me. Okay. For me, I want to be loved by everyone, especially my family, my friends. Here, since I'm new in this Toastmaster, I want to be loved by everyone. And then, uh, actually, love is actually a feelings when you feel happy, happy, calm, and you feel comfortable with everyone. Uh, be bright and also some sort of love feelings. When you feel love, you will tend to be bright, not shy. Uh, I think that's all.
Love your light shine on the stage. Timer, can we have another volunteer?
So
So can I have another volunteer? It's very easy one. The hardest already chosen by Madhu and Dixon. Come. Okay. The baby?
Yes.
Little smile, Michael. Michael, little smile.
Okay. I'll just share with you a good news for those who have not know about it. I'm going to be a father in this coming August. Hence, I'm picking up this topic talking about little smiles. Well, I've already seen my little one. In fact, it's just through the monitor screen right now when they do the scans. Yeah. And surprisingly, the other day I just saw the sex. The sex, the gender of that baby. Yeah. But what makes us so happy about this little one is basically that it's so healthy, right? It's growing very healthily in the tummy of his mommy tummies, and with that, it's actually put a lot of smile to my wife and myself. And along the way, when we having this baby back in December, we go along to look for confinement centers. We look for courses to attend, how to be a father, to be a mother. All these sort of things that to prepare us to be a father, to be a parent to this little baby. Well, now we are also doing things like, for example, they call it pregnancy education, something like that, where you put play music, you talk to the baby, you play with the babies, so to grow him, even starting in tummy. Yeah. So what eventually that we ambition for this little one is that we hope that one day he can be a very good person, a successful person, not just in his career, but as a person, as a human being, one day that he understands that what it is like to be a man. Yeah. And this really gives us a lot of smile to both my wife and myself. Yeah. Thank you. Back to you, Tony.
Congratulations to Michael for becoming daddy soon and smile every day. So I now have to pass back the stage to Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Chloe. As always, you come up with the most innovative ways of coming up with the table topics. Okay, so it takes a lot to overcome the fear of speaking. Fear of speaking is one of the biggest fears everybody has. Something I came across, being aware of your fear is smart. Overcoming it is the mark of a successful person. So, to our table topic speakers today, another round of applause for overcoming your fear of speaking. And it's not just the applause. Members of the audience, I would now like to remind you to vote for the best table topic speaker. You should be able to go onto our online voting platform, Slido, sli.do on your phones. Key in hashtag Z904 and vote for the best table topic speaker. I'll give you 1 minute to do that. Okay, so I hope you all have keyed in your vote. And now we move on to the second stage of our meeting, where we will be listening to prepared speeches, project speakers. We'll be having three speeches today. The first one is someone close to my heart because for the longest time since I joined, I was the only one from property division in Toastmasters here. So I'm very happy to have her on board because now I've got a fellow property industry staff here with me. She will be doing her Pathways Level 1, Stage 1, first speech, her icebreaker. So I hope y'all will give her your fullest attention as she introduces herself to the club to learn the basic structure of public speech. That is her objective for today. So, Chloe Chaw, I'd like to invite you up for your speech. M-A-D, Matt, Chloe Chaw, Matt.
What's gonna happen? Do you know? Everyone thought that presenting a speech by opening a question or even quoting a quote. However, I wish to do something extraordinary today to please all of you this afternoon. Dear fellow Toastmasters, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Before I proceed on my speech, I would like to inquire all of you that how well do you know me?
Not yet.
You might be thinking I'm opening a speech with a question, but to be exact, I'm not. So, I just received a news last week that there is a girl somewhere in the world who wished to present her first icebreaker speech on today's meeting. Now, let's follow her on her time tunnel story. Do you all mind?
Okay. Sure, go ahead.
Stop! It's year 2001. This little girl, enters her primary school and started to become a year 1 student. She is a quiet student and of course a bit of introvert. She is afraid to mingle with others. She stays alone by herself all days. She even afraid to process on her studies. However, one day she knows that she needs to be determined to follow her path, to finish her studies. So, despite all the hard circumstances that she faced, she wished to enter the good class in Standard 4. She worked hard for it. However, things changed when she entered the good class. She's able to enter the good class because she saw the top 20th among the 300 students. But when she entered into the good class, she eventually became the last person in class.
She's so sad and desperate. And the teacher even pinpoint on her that, I told you, you better not break my record for getting a B in maths for your UPSR. Because for this teacher, throughout his teaching life in education, no one ever scores a B for maths in UPSR. And this little girl is having difficulties in maths. It is a weak point to her too. So she continued with it. She is yet to determine to focus so that she can prove to her teacher. And finally, she scored an A in her UPSR. And her teacher raised her in front of all the students, and both of them cried. While life goes on, this little girl became a young adult. She transformed. During her teenage life, she made a lot of friends with different backgrounds. However, all friends every time mentioned to her that, you are a mysterious girl. Why? She is mysterious because she works hard. She's still determined to achieve everything of her. But she goes on a silent momentum. Her friends even told her that you don't need to break her bond because you can't break the chemical reaction even though you want her to review herself, as you will not get the results after all. This mysterious girl has her besties. She is so mysterious that she even went to Singapore for a 3-month holiday work program without anyone know other than her parents. Till one day, she best friends call her during her off day. And that's the time she know. So, you know how mysterious she is now?
Yes.
Well, let's proceed. The life goes on. She's still a young adult. But eventually, she knows that she cannot be going through all this introverts, silence. So she wished to transform herself. She begins to find out and realize that it's important for us to have a good communication style and leadership skills throughout your working life in order for you to stand out among the others to meet the requirement of the entering world. This girl realized she knows she couldn't be like that anymore. So she determined to brave herself to join the university events. She became a part of the committee for the clubs. She joined different activities, and that's the moment she knows that she has a passion and interest on this field. Nonetheless, she's going to graduate. She's thinking, will she be ending all this life soon? Did she still have any more lifestyles like that after entering the working world? She's puzzling for this after she graduated for 1 year, till she meets the lighthouse, because she reflected herself throughout this. When she met her lighthouse, that's the time she entered this company, this organization. And she knows about Toastmasters. She knows the light there. She knows she can continue her learning journey soon. She has a wish. She wished to overcome his conquer and fears and spoke in front of publics, even though all are unknowns, or maybe emceeing a program, an event. This is her goal when she enters the Toastmaster Club. Now, do you feel curious on who she is? Okay. Now let me introduce her to you all. She is a girl, and hi everyone. My name is Ziyun. This is my real name, and normally people call me Chloe in working life to ease their remembrance on my name. I'm 25 this year, and I was graduated from USM, Penang, and currently working under sales administrations in IJM company under property division. So I have both parents and my younger sister staying in Ipoh, which is my hometown. And if you wish to know more about me, we can have a chat after this. So in conclusion, do not afraid, despite all the sweetness and bitterness you have in your life, do not afraid to challenge yourself, to accept your dream, to conquer your fear. Be bright and be you, listen to your heart, and go for the wish you wish to. So, before I end my speech, a quote of mine myself, leave no regrets towards your life. And I wish to link back to my topic title, why it is called mad. Mischievous, adventurous, determined, the Chloe today. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Chloe. And as I mentioned, that was Chloe's icebreaker. So can I have everyone stand up to give her a standing ovation? Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you, Chloe, for giving us a wonderfully prepared speech. Very reflective. Thank you. Just reminding everyone of yourself, and I think all of us gained a very good understanding of who you are. So thank you for sharing yourself. And now we move on to our second project speaker, Mr. Liu. Mr. Liu will be presenting his Level 1 in Pathways Stage 2 project speech. Just to mention, the purpose of this project speech is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. So the purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. So please join me to welcome Liu as he presents his speech, Daughter or Family? Daughter or Family? Liu.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Today I'm going to share with you all a real story of my good friend, Edwin, in his secondary school. Why I want to share this story to you guys, because it's a very reflective story and then inspired me a lot. So, Edwin is one of my best friends in secondary school. I admired him a lot. Why? Because he's from a very rich family. He's a very fortunate guy because he's the only son in his family. Besides, he has 3 sisters who love him very much. And then every single day, his sisters will cultivate him how to become a better person. However, all these happy moments spoiled and break into pieces when he started to enter secondary school. Why I say so? Because every day he will share a very single story happened in his family. After he joined secondary school, he met his first love. In the age of 13, just 13, he met his first love. His first love name is Tota. Is his first love, Tota. I mention again, Tota. And then this Tota, his girlfriend, mischievous girlfriend, spoiled all his good memory between his family members. So, starting from now, I'm going to share 3 incidents happened during his secondary school that spoiled his family relationship. First incident happened secondary school after he joined the secondary school for 3 months. He met his first love after 3 months in secondary school, Dota. Every single day, he will just facing the same characters, Dota, every single day, even day and night. So, one of the long weekend, his father worked as a lorry driver. And then every single day, his father need to work from Monday until Sunday. So actually, they don't have much time to spend with Edwin. That's why during that weekend, his father got a holiday break. So during that day, they initially planning to have a family lunch together. However, during that time, Edwin is busy dating with his girlfriend, Tota. So his dad is quite angry. Usually they have lunch time around 12, and then during that time, Edwin is still dating. So his father's shouting, "Edwin, it's time to come down to have lunch together." Edwin replied, "Yeah, I'm coming down soon, 5 minutes more." Time passed very fast. The clock shows 12:30, but Edwin still not there. His dad voiced out, "Edwin, it's time to have lunch." Edwin replied again, 5 minutes more, Dad, I'm coming down soon." No more third chance. Every single chance his dad give him is pass. So the third time, his dad take along the plate of rice together with the meal, asking Edwin, "Now you want to play computer games or eat?" Edwin is a very good guy. Why? He's a very strong character. He loves to act. He hear nothing. He hear nothing and then continue dating with his girlfriend. His dad again, "Now you want to eat or Dota?" Edwin keep silent, focusing playing computer games Dota. At the end, his dad throw the plates down to the floor and then piak! First incident happened. From a very good relationship between son and a father, from OK become KO. Second incident. This is a very interesting incident for me because my dad, after he facing all these challenges, he find out he have to hide something of the computers. At the end, he decided to hide one of the very important thing to play Dota. Can you guys guess what is this? No, it's a modem.
Oh, the model.
Computer modem. What? Without modem, you cannot online. You cannot online, you cannot dating with your girlfriend. Very simple. However, Edwin is a very super smart guy. He very professional in playing hide and seek. Okay? So, can you guys guess where where his father keep the modem? No. His father keep
Safety box.
in a luggage with a lock, with a safety lock. Yeah. But Edwin is much more smarter than his dad. He tried an error to open the lock, however, it's not successful. At the end, he go downstairs and take a knife and a scissors. Can you guys guess what he's going to do next? He's not doing operation. He's going to operate the luggage bag to rescue out the modem from the luggage bag. This luggage bag is his mom's favorite luggage bag. Okay? What next? For sure, after cutting and then break the luggage bag, his mom very angry and quarrel with him. And then second incident happened. For sure, from very okay become KO as well. And then third incident, as I mentioned, he got 3 sisters who love him very much. And then his sisters really love him very much. One of the day, when Edwin is playing computer games, as you know, during previous time, we only got 3 minutes. 3 minutes is a very slow internet, so cannot share with others. During that time, her sister is busy with the university assignment. However, as I mentioned, Edwin is a very intelligent guy. He shut down the Wi-Fi so that it just can connect the internet with the adapter cable. So his sisters cannot do the assignment, cannot online, cannot surf the internet. His sister is very angry, keep on asking him to open back the internet Wi-Fi. But Edwin ignored his sisters. At the end, his sisters took a scissors, come upstairs for sure not to cut her brother. Is to cut the wire of the mouse. Because mouse is a very important machinery for you to play Dota. As we know, production side, mouse is every machinery when break down is a headache for us. So Edwin is a super clever guy. After school, he went to the nearest shop to buy few more extra mouse and then keep in his luggage in his table. At the end, his sisters cut away the wire mouse and then shout at his brother. You are no longer my brother. I'm busy with assignments and you keep on playing computer games until I can't finish my job in time. Same one. From OK become KO. So why I'm here to share all this story to you, because I want to ask you guys whether it's worth to neglect your family rather than just focusing on one thing, Dota. I'm here to share with you because I know all the IJM staff is a very committed guy. Usually they will pay their full attention on their works. I'm now emphasize on, because nowadays people emphasize on work-life balance, right? However, today I'm emphasize more on Dota, family balance, or work-family balance. Actually, Dota is just symbolize of work. So everything we don't do until over-committed. We must control and then spare some time to your family. Even a few hours, a few minutes, they will appreciate it. Because why? They just want to see you in front of them. They need your companion. So, treasure, treasure, treasure. Act before it's too late. That's all from me. Thanks. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Liu. I think today I'm going to go home and have a very reflective session with my son, who is also 13, so thank you for making me a bit nervous now going on forward. But a very positive message for all of us to take home about balancing our priorities in life. So I hope all of you will go back and reflect on this wonderful message. So now we move on to our third project speech. Now this one is going to be a little different. We will have our esteemed leader, Ms. Sokwa, who will be doing her level 3 speech 2 on her pathways elective project. She will be showing us how she prepares for an interview. So the purpose of this project is for the member to practice the skills needed to present himself or herself well in an interview. Right. So to set the stage, as you can see, is slightly different. I want you now to imagine you are now in the CIO's office. Do you know who is our Chief Innovation Officer of IJM? If you don't, our CIO is none other than Dato' Michael Cheng.
Oh.
For the next 5 minutes, so 5 to 10 minutes, and he will be interviewing a potential candidate for the position of Innovation Evangelist Manager. Right? So the title of this project is Preparing for an Interview by Sokwa. Sokwa, prepare for an interview.
Come have a seat.
Thank you.
Feng Sokwa.
Yes.
Interesting. You're applying for these positions, Innovation Evangelist Manager.
Yes.
Well, how well do you understand about these positions?
Okay, because previously I was from the accounts department, and recently I know that the company is embarking on an innovation culture, and we even have innovation as part of our core values, which is to make something different, in IJM, and hopefully we can bring more business value to the company. And therefore, when I see about this position, Innovation Evangelist Manager, I think it's a good opportunity for me to step out of my comfort zone from doing my routine work, accounts, closing, preparing reports for the management. So I think Innovation Manager, it is something that I can explore in order to see what are the opportunities out there that I can bring into the company, and hopefully we can even form a larger team to have more innovative projects and bring value to the business.
All right, sounds very convincing. But then, how well do you understand about innovations?
Innovation, in my personal opinion, it is something, a change that can bring value.
Okay, what kind of value is?
Value in terms of course, in the business context, which means we can bring more sustainable revenue in the longer term, and also differentiate us compared to our competitors in the market. And so in order to stay competitive with our peers in the market, we need to do something different to attract our customer and to retain our customers. So in a short word or simple understanding is to be different from the others.
I see. So that's your definition of innovations.
Yes.
Okay, let's come back to the dimensions about accounts, right?
Yeah.
How then can you bring innovation into accounts, given that you've been spending like quite a number of years, right, in accounts department?
Yes.
Or you want to share with me?
In my personal opinion, when I was in the accounts department, I do not have much room to improve in the accounts department because I was basically following what my superior wants me to do, even the format of the report and so on. But once I learned about this innovation culture that our company is promoting, I even searched some articles about innovation, and I realized that innovation is something that we can implement in our life. Just a small difference can actually make a big difference in the long term. So we do not need to have a big change in order to be successful. So what I would suggest, like for example, if you ask me what are the change that I probably can bring into an accounts department, for example, perhaps by the way we do our filing. Because right now our filing, we do not really have a systematic kind of approach to file our documents. When a person leaves the company or leaves that position, we will start with our own way of organizing the files. And so therefore, if you go and visit the accounts department, you will realize that almost everyone's workplace is with a huge pile of files, and when you ask them of certain files, they need time to look for the files. So I think one thing that we can improve is, of course, to go paperless and reduce the paper usage, and whatever documentation or evidence that the auditors need, we can reduce and use it in the e-format. We can probably try to look at that further. So that's my opinion. First of all, is of course to go paperless and perhaps to make the file in a more systematic way.
All right. So given with these positions you're applying,
Yeah.
it's a lot more on strategic role.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So with that suggestion just now, you put it in about paperless.
Yes.
If you are given that task to implement paperless in the accounts department, right? So what will you do? Can you just share with me your strategy, your steps of doing that?
Okay, first of all, in order to have, example, a paperless project in the accounts department, first of all, I need to form a team with me because I can't work alone. I need to find the people that have the same mind with me in order to drive a new thing in the department. And after I form my team, I would, of course, need to meet the people from accounts department. I need to talk to them because if we just want to run a new project that they don't understand at all and they don't see the value in it, it's a no-go. So perhaps I could talk to the decision maker in the accounts department, what are their pain points currently, what they really need, and see what are the problems they are facing, and we can help them to solve it. And of course, going further to the process, we can also source for any digitization method that we have in the market right now and use it in the accounts department. So there are a lot of coordination and meet up with people that need to be done first.
So with that, right, you're talking about the strategy that going to the people,
Yes.
understand their needs,
Yes,
right?
correct.
So what will you foresee that the challenge that will come from the people, because it's people,
Yes.
dealing people. So can you share with me what will you foresee the risks or the issues and how you think that you can overcome it?
Okay, dealing with human is always a very difficult thing and a very headache thing to do. But for myself, I always see that as a challenge because different people have different personalities. I think you will understand that even in your family itself, there are many kinds of characters in your family itself. And so of course in a workplace setting, it is even more challenging because people might not know you. And why is that you want to bring change to their department all of a sudden? So we need to talk to these decision makers, in which I see the first challenge is they have no time. Accounts people, they are very particular in time. So if you say you want to meet them for 1 hour, probably within 50 minutes you need to finish up your session. So getting them to meet up and arrange a session with them is also a challenge itself. So we might need to persuade them what is the real benefit that they will gain if they embark on this paperless project, and also try to convince them that in long term, it will bring value for that business. So another challenge that I would foresee is bringing the change to the whole department itself, the user themselves, whether they want to use the new system in their daily work because it's something different, so they need time and effort to learn. So adapting to change is another challenge that we should address in a later stage.
All right, very convincing so far. Very last question to you.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for me?
Questions, of course, is what are the supports that I could get as an innovation manager moving forward, other than the salary that you pay me?
All right, I'll answer you that question when you come on board.
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you so far for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sokwa, and our supporting actor, Michael.
Michael.
Dato' Michael, sorry, got corrected somehow. Okay, so that was our project speeches for today, all three. Very interesting, very different speeches. So, audience, you now have a very tough job for voting for the best project speaker. Please, I'd like to invite you through your phones to visit the site Slido, again with hashtag Z904, and vote for the best project speaker. Now, while you are doing that, I also would like to take this opportunity to invite our new guest who walked in just now, Anita, right? Yes? Okay. What I'd like you to do while everybody is voting, would you mind standing up and just giving a few words of introduction of who you are, and we'd like to welcome you here today.
Good afternoon. My name is Anita. I'm SSP from IJM project. I'm new joining for Toastmaster. Right,
How long have you been with IJM?
1 year project.
Excellent. Thank you, Anita. Nice having you here. And thank you for making your way from the Afin project side, right? Thank you very much. We're very happy to have you here. Okay, so that is our project speeches over and done with. Now, after all the sweat and hard work of having project speeches done, we move on to our evaluation session. And for this, I'd like y'all to help me welcome on in front our general evaluator, Ms. Madura, to give us her, to take over the session. Madura, over to you. Thank you.
Without further delay, I would like to refer to my team. Can we start with the our counter first? Oh, sorry. Yeah. So let's start with the table topics evaluation.
Thank you, G. We had 4 great speakers this afternoon, and all of them was reflecting their own self by selecting their own words.
First speaker, Madhura, successful. Well, I see you have successful in you. You came out with beautiful smile, you stood and you opened your speech with opening by engaging the audience, body and conclusion to a greater life. But I would like to give you some points to have vocal variety in your speech. That would be barrier. Second speaker, Dixon Choi. Now, Dixon Choi is a great speaker too. His word was motivation. Inspire or motivation, and he select achievement, right? And you spoke about your story in Toastmasters until you was achieving ACB, Advanced Communication Bronze. The hard work you have gone through, and you are leader now. That is a good taking home message for everyone. And I would like to recommend you on vocal variety too. Could have a monotonous, not a monotonous voice. Speaker number 3, Madiha, is very loved person. You reflect that to me. And you did a very good opening by engaging to the audience. Love by, you love your family very much and also everyone. But however, the conclusion was left out, blank. You could have shared your own story or result you saw by loving everyone. Okay, and lastly we have you also could have vocal variety and organization, especially on that conclusions. And the last speaker, Michael, and his speech title was Smile. Now, the moment I see him walking from there to here, he was a joyous person. He reflects that. He's going to be a father. Wow, I like that. And you are going through you're scanning your baby, healthy, and you share with us. It's good. I really inspired to hear that. And the conclusion, you want to see him as successful. And probably you have got some specific what you want him to be in future. And that would be a fun, good speech. All in all, I like the speech so much. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Sugu. Not only did he give points that reflected your good part of the speech, but he also suggested some points that you can work on. I would like to congratulate Madiha again for coming up here, because I remember you coming up, taking up the table topic the last time you came too, right? So, well done. We hope to see you more. So moving on, the evaluation for Chloe Chaw will be done by Lee Kerling.
Thank you, our GE. Chloe, congratulations on your icebreaker speech and embark to the Toastmaster pathway journey. Can everyone of us give a round of applause to Chloe? Chloe, you not only show yourself is a math person, I also found that you are the interesting, innovative, and inspirations person. But I enjoy your topic. I like your topic. Math is create some mystery thinking to us that what are you going to deliver to us. And then at your beginning, you use the creative way for your introduction. Shh. Everyone, do you know what is doing? Is create the attention to everyone. I like the way that you do in your speech. Secondly is your speech structure. Secondly is speech structure. I like you have the way that you present your speech. You have a very good introduction, creative introduction. After that, you bring us to your life journey from your childhood, and then go to your teenager time. After that is the young adulthood. After that, your working life. And then at the end of your speech, you tell us why you choose this topic, and then you also make the conclusion to us what you wish us to do and what's your philosophy in your life. So it gives a very rounded, computer feeling in your speech. It shows that you have prepared your speech very carefully. So toss to you. So as the beginner of the Toastmaster speaker here, I hope that you can improve at 2 areas. First is your eye contact. So I would like to see you make your eye contact to every one of us in this room. So when you speak in one point, maybe you can stay at one person for a few seconds and then go to the next person, maybe contact from left, center, and right. So it will create more connections and engagement to the audience. Second is your facial expression. So you can be serious at the beginning when you want to push the extension. You can be serious a bit. And then when your teacher scold you, you can be angry, right? So when the teacher scold you, when you feel you're scared on it, you can be very sad or very distressed on that. So overall, you given a very fantastic speech, and then I hope that you can continue using your innovative way and the interesting story to keep us captivated as what you have done today. So, goes to you. That's all.
Helen has given you very good points to work on. Maybe if I could just add, you should also keep in mind that time is of essence. Yeah. Okay. So moving on to our next evaluator,
Oh, hi.
Kido Lin for Liu Xing.
Yeah. Do you think Liu delivering a reflective, personal story?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, this admin story. It's not his story. Okay. So, okay, a very well-structured speech. Got opening, 3 point, 3 story, and also the closing with a very good take-home message. Okay, I like your voice, very loud, very clear, and then even, I think Michael also can listen to it easily, right?
Yes.
Okay, he also got a great sense of humor. This is not Liu's story, this is Edwin's story. And his first love, oh no, and Edwin's first love is? Dota. Yeah, it's Dota. Yeah, I don't know what's Dota, but the first love is Dota. By using this, he engaged with audience very well, so he can attract the audience attention by want to know what is the story after that. Third, he has a very well planning stage control. Like the first story here, the second story here, third story using there. It's good. And then he also got a very good take-home message. Using Dota to symbolize our work. I know he always see me walk very late. Oh, I was late. Or walk very late so that I know he tried to ask me to go back more early. So, Liu, I'm hereby to challenge you something in order to improvise your next speech. The first thing, during your dialogue, maybe when you imitate your that voice, maybe you can use a low pitch, more mature voice rather than the more younger voice, okay? So that is try to differentiate between the characters. The second one, during using the stage, yeah, the first one you are taking here. But after you stand here, you can move around a bit and then stand back in order proceed to the second one, so that you fully utilize this space. So don't so wasted lah. IJM so big you can this area that you can use. So the third, control your speed and your pace during your speech. I know sometimes you get more excited when you speak something a bit experience that somehow maybe you are going through as well. So I know you get excited, but control it so that our audience can be more clear about what you say. Anyway, it's a very good speech. I can't believe that this is the only second speech by him, right? I think he can do it better, right? I think next month I want to see your first speech. Okay?
It was a very good speech from Liu indeed. We would love to hear from you. Just a point to suggest, maybe you would like to use the gym because of the mirrors to practice your stage movement or expression and also your time. So thank you to Kido. Our third evaluator for Sukwa is Jerry Wong from
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. So this is my evaluation report for Sokwa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just now we have heard about this interview, leading innovation in IJM. So what I like about Sokwa from these 3 points. The first one is your personality during the interview. You are very confident, you're very cool, calm and collected while you're answering the question from the interviewer. And of course, you are very steady, very natural and very professional in answering the topic about innovation. This is a good job that you have done. And of course, you have a great manner because you smile all the way while you're trying to explain a fact to the interviewer. Well done to you, Sokwa. And the second part I like about you is your eye contact. You see, the interviewer sometimes is not looking at you, but I noticed that you were looking at the interviewer all the time, even though you are not rolling your eyeball on the top of on top of the floor because you are well prepared, you know what you need to answer. So it's very convincing that to see you answer the question in a very good manner way. But the third part I like about your speech, the interview just now, is the preparation is awesome. You see, you're very well prepared and you answer all the question in a fast and quick response, even though the question is prepared by you, but it's not all the answer will be questioned by the interviewer. You only he will choose some of the question and you answer accordingly. So I think that it is because you have done a lot of homework at home, so that you are very clear about innovation. So this is the 3 things I like about you. So now the biggest room in the world is the room of improvement for information. So there are one thing that you can do well in next time. I think that your answer can be much more concise. Example, you mentioned about just now the strategy on doing the paperless account. You mentioned about the team with the same mind. Now maybe we would like to know what kind of team that you're looking for. A technology savvy guy with an advisor from the account, and how long do you need to complete the whole thing? Maybe 1 year, 6 months, or 3 months. And of course, the choice of words I think is important as well because you want to let the interviewer know that you have the important message to bring to the team. For example, in the account department, I think productivity is very important, but I think I didn't heard the word about productivity. So maybe you can share about productivity can make us simplify the whole work. For example, maybe you can bring out some figures. Let's say from 1 week to do the journal thing, it takes only 3 days if you have the e-format. And let's say if you have the receipt by scanning or invoice can be tagged by the AI, it is easier for the account department. Something like that. Those technological words so that we can understand, especially the interviewer can understand that, oh, you're really specific in doing your work. So this is my suggestion for you for these 2 things. So all in all, I think this interview is definitely awesome and stunning, and I really love how you answer the question very professionally, and I'm looking forward for your next speech. Thank you so much.
Jerry has given very good recommendation for improvement to Sukwa, which is very reflective of his role today. Thank you. Moving on to our next session of evaluation, I would like to invite the R counter, Salviana, for her report.
My report for our counter is Robina, Toastmaster of the day, got 9, and so 2, total of 12. Manindran got 1 so, total of 1. Chloe Chong, no first failure. Madura was speaker, table topic, no first failure. Joy Jackson, no first failure. Madiha got 9 total of 9. Michael Chan got 4 year, total of 4. Sukumaran, table topic evaluator got 3 total of 3. Chloe Chong got 3 so, total of 3. Losing Chia, 3 so, total of 3. Sukwa got 2 so, total of 2. Nicolin, 1 so, total of 2. Kidolin, 1 2 so, total of 3. Jerry Wong, 3 and 2 so, total of 5. Madura, general evaluator got 1 Ramesh, I don't speak yet. And then Mahijan also timer haven't speak yet. Ina got 2 total of 2. Set.
Thank you, Salviana, for including yourself also. Moving on to the most exciting evaluation of all, Mr. Ramesh for the grammarian.
General evaluator. I'm the most happiest and contented grammarian because the word of the day has been used by many of us. That's been used by yourself 3 times, Chloe once, Chloe Cho once. Chloe even used it thoughtful. Reflecting is also another word, is thoughtful. She used it as thoughtful. Robina 3 times, Liu once, Subu twice, Kido once, Jerry used it once. Very happy. Let's move on to some of the good usages that we heard during this meeting. Put your hands together to welcome to the most interesting session. Be bold and accept challenge. Let love shine your life. I heard Madhura even use this. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. It's a good usage because in certain speech, you like to replace certain points. You can use maybe I am. So and then during the conversation we heard it, we know that you like to stress this point. I find it interesting that you use it. Maybe I am. Maybe I am this. Maybe I am that. So I find that's interesting. Put a lot of smile and vision. What is life about being good? I'm not in my writing now. Fear of speaking, all coming in, mark of success. I want to do something extraordinary, introvert. Despite your sweetness and bitterness, leave no regrets in your life. I admired him, cultivated him. Happy moment broke into pieces, mischievous. However, he's smarter, rescue the modern. I find it interesting to use that. Emphasis on work-life balance. Innovation, Angeles manager. Wow. First time I heard this, that's something interesting. Step up from my comfort zone. Pile of files. Pile of files. Pile of files. Interesting. Pinpoints, posse. Kudos to you. Time is of essence. Awesome, stunning, confident, calm, collected. Was used nicely. That very cool way. Some of the improvement that I would like to suggest. Remember again. Should be remind. Before we go on, before we proceed, should have better. Can I have demonstrate time? Can I have the demonstration of the time? I have been telling has been pronounced as telling. Telling has been pronounced as telling. She's even afraid. However was pronounced as however. Chloe used that however. Can't recall how we pronounced it, but it was not pronounced as however. I would like to note that. Without anyone know beyond anyone's knowledge. Brave yourself. I felt this person brace herself. What have done? So I do. Recommend you, suggest, probably you could quote, can listen easily, can be clearly heard. That should be the right word. Don't so waste large, I suggest don't waste that space. Very last question, should be last question. That's all today.
Thank you, Mr. Ramesh, for your very thorough and encouraging report. Before I move on to the timer, I would like all of you to go on Slido to vote for the best evaluator. I'll just give you 5 to 10 seconds for that. Even the evaluator themselves can vote for themselves or for other evaluators. Okay, so timer's report, please, Mr. Mahendran.
For the timekeeper report, first ASA Corp meeting order and president opening speech took about 3 minutes 32 seconds. And for TME take control, Robinash took 11 minutes 14 seconds. For table topic speakers, Madhura took 1 minute 31 seconds. Mr. Choi Texan, he took 2 minutes 1 second. Madiha, she took 1 minute 19 seconds. Michael, he took 2 minutes 4 seconds. For project speakers, Chloe Shaw, she took 8 minutes 55 seconds. Liu Xingjia, he took 9 minutes 15 seconds. Supua, she took 7 minutes 43 seconds. For Madhura General Evaluation section, she took 13 seconds. For table topic evaluator, Mr. Sukumaran, he took 3 minutes 23 seconds. Lee Curling, she took 3 minutes 20 seconds. Kido Lim, he took 2 minutes 59 seconds. Mr. Jerry Wong, he took 3 minutes 1 second. For up-counter report, Sabiana, she took 1 minute 33 seconds. Mr. Ramesh, for biology report, she took 3 minutes 14 seconds. And myself, I took 1 minute 22 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahendran, for the very thorough timekeeper's report. Now, coming to my overall report. I would like to say that I think we started the meeting on time, so that's very well done. We had the gavel, and we had everyone here in before we started the meeting. I think Mahendran played a dual role today as an acting president and also a timer. So thank you, Mahendran, for picking that up. I'm very happy that our club members are becoming more active during the table topic session, because I can see that whenever the table topic sessions come in, everyone is excited and everybody's like, okay, I will do it, and okay, you go, or we are encouraging each other, so that's a good thing to see. And our meeting is always very reflective of our motto, our club motto. Oh, thank you, guys. It is very reflective of our club motto. So our club motto is interactive and jovial and making a difference. It's very modest. It's very captivating. So I think our theme today, Be Bright, Be You, is also, it's already very jovial. The theme itself is very jovial. And I think the people here are also very jovial, the room and all that. So I think that's great, but I think certain areas of improvement would be for the speakers, which this would take time, but practice makes perfect. If each speaker could stick to their time, that would definitely help the period of the meeting, right? So we can end on time, or we could end earlier and then all leave back to work, right? So I think we did very well today, and I would like to pass back the stage to our Toastmasters of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Raji. So we're coming towards the close of of our meeting, and as always, we come to one of the most wonderful parts, which is the award section. So, would you all like to know who is our best table topic speaker for today?
Yeah.
Drum roll, please. So, Michael is our table topic speaker, and to present the award, can I have our acting president to come up on the stage?
Yay!
Thank you, President.
Acting president now, please. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Good.
Congratulations.
Okay, before I let you go, best speaker of the day, drum roll please.
Are you Edwin? Are you Edwin? Hi Edwin.
Which one?
Edwin.
Dota or Edwin?
Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
But that's not my story. That's about you.
Okay, and next one we would like to announce best evaluator for today. Drum roll for Gary.
Thank you. Okay. Can move a bit. I want to. Yeah.
He sent to me.
Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Good.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. And to present one last one, we would like to present a small token of appreciation for our in-house talent, our GE Madura.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. Okay. I want to see the So now acting president now? Yeah. 3, 2, soon to be president. 1, president soon, okay. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, and we will also like. Okay, we would also like to invite Anita for coming and joining us today. We have a small token of appreciation for you as well. Please join us.
Thanks. 3, 2, 1. 1. Okay.
Alright, so I have one, we don't have many announcements for today, but I have one very important announcement to bring to your attention, which is at the back of your program. District 102 Annual Conference is happening from 26 to 28 April, all the way in Malacca, Holiday Inn. Registration fee is only 490 ringgit. We have 7 IJMers. What? Only one? It's cheap.
Only one.
Things are very expensive nowadays.
You going?
I'm trying to sell it here, guys. Come on. I've got 7 IJMers registered. In fact, this will be a very historical meeting because for our club, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yes, for the first time ever. Distinguished club president. Sorry, first time. I'm trying my best. Okay, so I would really like to invite the IJMers to join in for that. Okay? So that's it for my session. The last but not least, our acting president of today, I'd like to invite you to give a couple of words.
Couple of words.
Yeah, only 2.
Okay, bye.
Yes, please.
First and foremost, on behalf of our President, Mr. Winston, I would like to thank all of you for joining our meeting today, taking roles, and I believe, how was the speeches for today?
Awesome. Great.
We had a great take-home message from all the speeches, and nothing much than that. I would like to thank everyone, and that I'd like to take a group photo.
Okay.
Can.
Keep the gavel.
Okay. Now,
Wow.
thank you. Officially adjourned.
Officially closed.